one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, it's us again, Tyler and Frank. I'm Tyler, that's Frank. We appreciate you tuning into this week's episode where we are going to be talking about, as the title says, astrology. So, to kick us off, what are you, Frank? Are you a Sagittarius? Are you a Libra or Leo? Oh, I think both of those are ones.
I'm
I don't know
actually a
my
Taurus.
astrology. You're a Taurus. Oh, I don't know what that means. I'm not huge
Dude,
into
I don't
astrology like
either.
most
I
days in my
just,
community.
every time I don't know, I'm not into it. Just,
Same, literally,
yeah,
but it's still fun to look up and
yeah.
see what they're saying about me. I'm a Sag. I'm like such a Taurus. Such a Sagittarius. Um, so I'm something else, and that's like so me. I don't know. I didn't know nothing about what a Sag means, so I'm gonna look that up. Sag, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the ninth astrological sign associated with the constellation Sagittarius. Oh wow, who could have guessed that? Element is fire. Interesting. Would you consider me a fiery person, Frank? Nah, no, more of an airhead.
So it depends. Like you have like your switches. So the sassy you definitely,
So what I didn't just prove that.
literally, yeah.
That is fair. It is fair. It's a switch. Did you make me mad or not?
Yep.
Oh, spouse. Why do Sagittarius marry? The fiery Aries, the vivacious Leo, and the adventurous Gemini are Sagittarius's best match for marriage as they share impression chemistry with these signs. I don't know what that means, but I think I know one Leo and one Aries in my entire life.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I do know like
See.
so I don't know. So even though I don't follow like astrology, I
Mhm.
will say every Taurus person that I met, I got along with. It just happened. It
That's
was not
fair.
like, yeah, it was like, now I don't know if it's like that for everyone who meet their own sign or astrology sign, but I can 100% say every Taurus I got along with. I mean, every person
That's
I
fair.
got along with was a Taurus. It just happened. It was no kind of struggle. It's like we knew it. It's like we knew all our triggers and boundaries way before we
Triggered.
even talked. You know, so
I was gonna say, I have to kind of agree because most of the Sages that I've met, like Isaac, I got along with him very well.
yeah.
So it's like, all right, so maybe
Well,
there's a little
whatever happened to
something to this. I
him?
don't know. He disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Um, Daily horoscope.
Okay.
Set, prediction says, "Do not give up on life." Apparently, I'm thinking about ending it. Resolve the troubles in the love affair.
Uh-oh. Good
Okay, okay.
Lord.
I'm learning a lot of stuff today.
Yeah.
Consider new tasks that will pave for career growth. Handle financial tasks responsibly. I don't know what that means. And health issues may happen. That is not okay. I don't like that. Can we have something different?
Yeah.
What type of Sagittarius am I?
Wait, so what does mine say?
Okay, Taurus, 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 Taurus. All right. Taurus is the second astrological sign in the modern zodiac. The sign belongs to the earth element
Yeah.
and the bull, birthstones, emerald, diamond, sapphire. Why do you get these fun ones? I was just told that
Those
I'm fire.
literally stuff that
Um,
literally, and I don't want to know why I like it. It just those are just stones that I just love, and but
who is Taurus to marry? According to astrology, Some signs that are most compatible with Taurus for marriage include but are not limited to Cancer, Virgo, Capricorn, and Gemini.
So that's funny. So even though like it's like debatable, again, it's still one of those things where even Taurus women that I got along with, it just worked. It was like it was no triggers. It was like, what's triggered? Like I remember,
What's triggered?
like I remember meeting women who are Taurus, and I do have to throw out a lot of it has to do with these women in the past that actually they knew their own triggers and they were healing way before they met me. So I do have to throw that out there. But I didn't know what triggers and boundaries were until probably like 3 years ago, because all the women that I met that were Taurus, it was just like, oh, what's the boundary? It was just like that because we naturally just
Yeah.
just like that. So and
Oh
even
yeah,
long term, you know,
for
um,
sure.
I think like Virgo, I guess like the sex part. I don't know, like the maybe like that, but
I didn't study
um,
up on my astrology last night. Sorry, I don't really
yeah,
remember well.
yeah. What else does it say? What does it say
Okay,
about?
so your horoscope for today.
Okay,
If work is beginning to feel more like a burden than a joy, it may be
hmm,
time to rethink your job, Taurus. Your
okay,
personality is such that you need lots of room to stretch and grow. If
yep,
you feel stifled, you should
yep,
know it's time to find a new professional challenge. You're
yep.
fortunate that your skill set affords your many opportunities. Choose
That's true.
carefully.
Yeah. So that's all those things is literally what I'm doing now.
Why is
Like
yours more fun than mine? Mine was saying that like I have relationship issues,
that
that I
that you're
might be
you about to give
dying
up.
soon,
Like
and that I might be having a leg loss or something. Like
yeah,
issues may arise.
I don't know.
That's the same for anything though. I could say the same thing to you.
Yeah,
Health issues may arise, Frank.
yeah.
Like
No, you know what? I can 100% say, man, every horoscope read about, and maybe this, mindset switch. Maybe this has to do with a lot of me, because I'm talking to my therapist about this. Everyone that I have met here, they know that I have this tendency where anything that's going wrong in my life, within a couple of days, I flip it and turn it into a positive, great thing that's happening. That's just always been in my life. So any horoscope read to me in terms of Taurus, I have not seen it being bad.
wrong.
Yeah,
Oh,
I literally just went up. But everything
oh,
that you just said
sheesh, you
is
get the positivity in the world.
no, but it's still like a mindset switch though. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, so it's kind of like getting sick, once when you give it away, like you don't want it anymore, so you just give it away.
I mean, I
So
wouldn't say that.
you got all this negativity, so it's just like I don't want that, so I'm just gonna give it away.
Well, I don't know. Like, I have learned that some people don't know how to flip a negative into something that can actually work for them. Where, yeah. Well, I'm seeing. I know that you have those tendencies, but it's like in my DNA. So everything that you read, whether somebody threw it on there or not, that's something I've been hearing like my life. It was like, nope. Frank, he's one of those people that he got to stretch. If that room is small, he gonna stretch his arms all the way out the room, and it just what it is. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah. Hell
Even
yeah.
like the work part.
So
So
I did look up my horoscope on the same website, and
okay.
I'm hoping, and it's already starting with the slaps of the face. This could be a particularly stressful day, Sagittarius.
Hmm.
Your workload is heavier than ever, thanks to the increased responsibility you've taken on. The
Yeah.
day seems endless, yet there aren't enough hours to get all that needs doing. take care not to take your anxiety out on others. If you're
Okay.
nice to them, they may even help you finish your project. So
Okay.
she's calling me out. She's
Okay.
calling me somebody who can't ask for help, and I'm just mean.
Okay. Okay.
I'm triggered.
But that's not bad. That's not bad. Like,
Well, here's the thing: is it slaps to the face because most of that is true.
okay. Well,
Like, most of that is true. It has been a particularly stressful
well,
day.
I'm gonna ask you this. Even though me and you we don't really follow astrology and things, and that's all that stuff is like debatable and things and subjective to the person who holds it.
Yeah, it's like
Have you
any
ever
belief.
exactly like have you ever found the astrology to just work for you? Like
Like for
you
me, or
just
just in general.
it just worked for you. Like your particular sign, it just worked. It just like
So you know that I used to do the whole send people their astrology
yeah,
horoscope every day at work.
yeah. You
Then
like
I stopped doing
slow
that because
down
I got
on it.
bored. I got bored.
Okay.
Um, I didn't go into astrology just because, like, I don't know. It's hard for my brain to get around it. Do I diss people or like make fun of people who do believe and follow astrology? Absolutely not, because that's a very closed mindset. I could be wrong about it. It could be the most real thing in the entire universe. I don't
Yeah,
know. It's just
yeah.
hard for my brain to wrap around the idea that the stars have defined who I am. So I
Hmm.
don't know. It's kind of
Yeah.
something odd for my brain to think about. But I know so many different people in my life that are into the crystals, energy, earthing, astrology, all of that stuff. And they're like kind, compassionate, well
Uh,
adjusted people.
okay.
And so
Okay.
it's like, it's not for me, but it doesn't mean I dismiss it as something that could be potential truth.
Okay. I know. I know. For me, um, like I said, like all just since birth, I knew how to just take situations that like I fell on my back on and just made them work for me and just went straight up. Uh, I look for signs because it's like a leisure. Like,
Hmm.
oh, haha. It's just kind of like make me laugh. Even though I know I'm gonna be great in life regardless. I'll look at the signs and things from like dates and things because I'm just like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
It's
saying?
fun to look back on some of the horoscopes and be like, oh.
Yeah. That's the I only just do it for pure just like laugh. But like I said, throughout
Oh
like my life,
yeah. Yeah, it's
throughout my
funny
life.
until it's not. Then like this one, it slapped me a little too hard in the face. So it's not
Yeah.
as funny because it's just like, okay, who's watching
So
me? What Big
so
Brother am I a part of?
look, you'll be surprised, man. I mean, look, I'll give you this, man. So my partner and I, we went to our first fitness expo this past Sunday, and I'm always, and you know this about me. I'm always speaking things into existence. Like I'm
Million
always,
dollars, $1 million, $1 million.
yeah, like everything that I have, everything that I ever like push for, I'm either on my process to get it or I got it. It just always been like that for me. So we're at the fitness expo and they had two tables. Two tables, you had to spin the wheel, you win a prize. And I told my partner spin it. She spent it, she didn't get anything. She spent it a second time, it was just she didn't get anything. And I'm like, our dog needs like a nail trimming. Let me spin it. And I spent it and it lands on free dog nail trimming.
It's kind of
Now, right after that, the table next to her was this elderly lady who had crystals and things. And she told my partner, spin the wheel and you get to find out like that's your personality type. And my partner spins the wheel and it goes straight to the section where it says you don't live, you don't find time to live life and live in a moment. But when I spent it, I still got the card and it said you take all the negative moments and you turn them into positive light. And I was like,
So
this is
wait.
always,
Uh-huh.
those are me and my partner two personalities. Like my partner, she really never learned how to live in the moment, even though she's been on this earth longer than me. I still know how to have fun. I still be goofy because that's something that just it works for keeping me happy within and keeping like my childlike nature when when I have adult responsibilities. Like when I'm
I'm
going to
just
work,
uh-huh.
I take care of like my wellness. I had to relearn that through therapy that I'm doing now. That doesn't mean that I wasn't doing it before. I stopped doing it in 2021. You know what I mean? Because like I was just figuring out a lot of like adult stuff. But I got reintroduced to it after I had like my mental health breakdown, which is going to be another topic, you all. But I got
Okay.
reintroduced to that from my therapy, and they just like, yeah, it's always been you. That breakdown that you had was just a stump. It was just like you just tripped over a tree while walking in the forest exploring. And they're surprised about how fast I'm getting more things done. And I'm just like, well, before I had my mental health breakdown, this has always been me. Like turning a negative to a positive to like push myself up. You know what I mean? But those are the cards that we got, you know. So
I'm still caught up on the fact that you spun a wheel to figure out your personality. It's like they're like spin here, and this is now who you are. Like imagine if you had gotten something completely different. Now you have just completely altered your personality. You are turning into the movie Big. You know, I want to
no,
be
no,
big.
no. So it's not even like that because every time I did that throughout my life, I got the same thing. Anybody that knows me would be like, he just turned everything that's negative to positive. It's just always been him. That just always been me. You know?
Also, also, I think I can speak for a bunch of people who may be listening. If
Yeah.
you could kindly, lovingly, with all the joy in your heart, manifest student loan forgiveness, I think we could. I think we could really appreciate that.
Oh look, all right, look, check this out. Uh,
Oh, you already
I
did it? Great. Where do I sign up?
no, look, I'll give you this.
Oh.
So, um, I'm working with a tax agent right now because the IRS says like I owe money, and I'm like I don't owe money. Here's the thing. They say that I owe like $2,500, which isn't a lot. Guess what?
I was
I
gonna say I
don't
heard
owe.
something.
The
Uh-huh.
only thing that I owe them is about $80 to $100.
Oh, so
The
they're
only
really trying to milk you, huh?
Yeah, so the only
Yeah,
reason
yeah.
that happened is because 2 years ago I did my taxes myself, and I forgot to report the number that was being taken out of my check. That's hilarious. You get what I'm saying? You know how
Yeah,
many
they'll do
people
it.
would like to you know how many people would like to be in that position? I'm just like, dude, every bill I get I pay off. What are you talking
Right.
about? It's been like that since just like that. Even
Like I didn't
student
get no
loans.
sign I owed money.
No, like legit. Like, man, I remember keeping saving money in my crayon box when I was 4 or 5 years old. And that's when I just started learning how to save. I used to get old crayon boxes, stash money into them, and then one of my handbags I almost threw out. It had almost $2,000 in there. I almost threw it out when we were moving. It was an old bag that I just didn't use.
Oh my God, you turned into one of those stories where like the spouse didn't realize there was money in
Oh yeah,
the furnace and then they started a fire. Like
so
that's horrifying.
that's literally me. I was just always a person that just manifests like that. But even if I would have got something different now, that again, that card that lady gave me, that's something. The exact thing that's been on that card, that's something that I always have gotten. That same exact thing throughout my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 30
Yeah,
years
yeah.
old. It's pretty much set. But um, yeah, even if I'll say this, if it was something different, I still would have looked at it in a positive way. I would have been like, okay, I'm about to have this next revolution I'm about to be in. It's about to make me even more better. That's how I would have looked at it.
Yeah.
So it's still about perspectives. I know, like it's about like how somebody see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, but I do know speaking things into existence. In terms of that's probably the closest to astrology that I get.
fair
And
enough. It's your
horoscopes.
vision
Yeah,
board.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. So I guess what have you learned from this episode? What have we learned?
Uh, life is what
What
you
have you
make it.
learned about your sign today?
Life is what you make it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on a wall somewhere. Life is what you
Uh,
make it, in cursive
Well,
or something.
here's the funny part about it. It's a two-part to that. Life is what you make it, meaning
Uh-huh.
you can flip your mindset, and then life is what you make it, meaning whatever sign that you keep getting is what you made your life out to be.
Kind of hot.
A
Um,
two-part.
I would say that I learned that astrology is still slapping me in the face with how accurate it can be,
Good
but
Lord, yeah,
at the same time, I'm not fully convinced. But I still love those people who are really into it.
yeah,
And if you think you can give me a better answer for my sign, I would
yeah.
love to see them. So please leave a comment about your experiences with astrology. If there are
Mhm.
any Sagittariuses out there, let's start a
Yeah.
group chat. I don't know. Y'all seem probably pretty cool because as Frank said, we all apparently get along. So let's do it. But uh, that is all the time that we have for this episode. So we very much appreciate all of you that have been listening. Please like, subscribe, follow, and we look forward to seeing you at the next episode. Bye.